Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining us every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do share it with your friends and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your kind support. Now, it's very interesting. I'll just give you a small piece of news about Param Bir before we move on to the other news. An alleged Hawala operator, Alpesh Patel, linked to Param Bir Singh, has been arrested by the Mumbai police in Mehsana. And though we don't know where Param Bir Singh is hiding, this Hawala man was caught in connection with an extortion case, and he was caught from Gujarat. Though Param Bir Singh has not responded so far, apparently, when he extorted money from this Hawala operator, Alpesh Patel, extorted money from Bimal Agarwal at the behest of Param Bir Singh. And all in all, Param Bir Singh has been missing for the last 197 days. There's no trace of this man who, like a coward, has run into hiding. The same man who tried to terrify Arnab Goswami. Now, whatever is happening now, it's very impressive to see that the Modi regime has decided to clean the corruption in India. So things are happening very fast. Interestingly, the latest news on Sameer Wankhede, zonal director of NCB, a writ petition is going to be filed by a legal team at the Bombay High Court against Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray's minister, Nawab Malik. And because they have said, they have made contempt of court by criticizing the court. Okay, so you remember what Nawab Malik said, in his press conference or whatever. He said that Ria was falsely accused, and many actresses were paraded by the NCB, and also many were falsely implicated. He said the whole industry during the COVID season was in Maldives, and he went to Dubai, which is Sameer Wankhede went to Dubai and Maldives. So he has gone there for a reason. We believe that something happened there, and in his tweet, he has also shown images of Sameer Wankhede's sister in Maldives. Now, what I find strange is that, see, anybody's sister or brother or anybody can go to holiday with their own money. It doesn't have to be connected with something else. And why is he dragging Sameer Wankhede's sister into this? Okay. Meanwhile, on his part, Sameer Wankhede says, I went with my kids in reply to Nawab Malik's extortion in the Maldives charge. He said, Nawab Malik is a minister of the state who has a system and can get investigations done. Sameer Wankhede, the officer of the anti-drugs agency NCB, investigating a number of Bollywood celebrities, including Shah Rukh Khan's son, has brushed off the questions about his Maldives visit raised by the Maharashtra minister. I went to Maldives with my children, he told media when asked about the questions raised by the NCP leader Nawab Malik. Mr. Malik has alleged that the officer was in Maldives during the lockdown when many Bollywood personalities were there too, and it was there he was conducting an extortion racket. He has also alleged that the officer is acting at the behest of the BJP to discredit the Maharashtra government. Mr. Wankhede, who took over the drugs case after the death of actor Sushant Singh Rajput in June, told media, these were bad allegations and lies. I did not go to Dubai. I went to Maldives, not with my sister, as the photo tweeted by Nawab Malik appears to indicate. I've gone with my children, with proper permission, legally, and with my own money. He said, adding that the visit took place a couple of months ago, not during the lockdown, but after it was lifted. The minister, he said, can verify everything since he has the official machinery. He also indicated that if the minister has evidence of what he was alleging, he can prepare a presentation. Nawab Malik, he said, is a minister of the state who has a system and can get investigations done. Instead, allegations are being made against his family, the officer said earlier. Personal attacks being made on us over the past 15 days. Attacks are being made on my deceased mother, sister, and retired father. I strongly condemn this, the zonal director of the Narcotics Control Bureau said. Nawab Malik has repeatedly claimed that the case related to the alleged recovery of banned drugs from a cruise ship earlier this month, which led to the arrest of Aryan Khan, was fake. And arrests were made just on the basis of WhatsApp chats. Attempts were made to implicate certain people in false cases, he told the media. Now, here, it's important, Jaydev, that what one should understand is that he's very closely in contact with Aryan Khan's lawyers, and he's trying to get as much information from them as to target Samir Wankare. So you can see that this whole nexus of politicians, these lawyers, the Bollywood, brigade, and the underworld, all working together to attack one honest officer, and making all sorts of wrong claims. And he doesn't know that, see, because of social media, transparency is all around and people can expose each and everything. So this man is going to find himself in a lot of dirty mud.
Yeah, I mean, like talking about Nawab Malik, he can, Samir Wankade can question Malik as to where is Waze and Parambir? What are they doing? Where is Parambir exactly? And also last year, if you remember that Nawab Malik, told that Arnab could commit suicide when Arnab was in trouble. If you remember that.
Yes.
Yeah. So
they're just
now,
mudslinging without any
exactly,
proofs.
exactly. So now, in the Aryan Khan drug case, why is NCB grilling Ananya Pandey? Now, NCB raided Ananya Pandey's home on Thursday, summoned her to their office for questioning. Now, Aryan Khan drug case is getting more and more murkier by the day. After nabbing Aryan and procuring his WhatsApp chats, the NCB raided actress Ananya Pandey's Mumbai house, from where they reportedly seized a few mobile phones, laptops, and other material which will aid in their investigation. Now, the actress was also summoned to the NCB office for questioning. Ananya was accompanied by her father, actor Chunky Pandey, and was grilled for over 2 hours. And she's again summoned to be at the NCB office at 11 a.m., which was today. And the fact that NCB's investigation team found her chats with Aryan Khan is neither surprising nor strange, since these star kids have been friends since they were very little. So then, on what grounds did NCB raid Ananya's home or call her for questioning? Here's what we know. Now, according to sources from the NCB, there have been chats between Aryan and Ananya, which mention some narcotic substances. It is also said that the two communicated about the same using code words. The NCB therefore wants to question Ananya about the contents of these chats to get more clarity. Now, the same chats had been submitted before the NDPS court earlier, citing which Aryan's bail was rejected. So, friends, from this you must have understood that there's clear evidence on these chats to sort of for the judge to reject the bail of Aryan. There must be something very serious in these chats. Now, as per sources, when asked about her WhatsApp chats with Aryan Khan, in which the two allegedly spoke about ganja, Ananya told the NCB investigators in her defense that she was talking about cigarettes with Aryan Khan and not any drugs. Reportedly, Ananya also said that the chats were old, so she didn't really remember most of the context of it. And Ananya also stated that she never consumed any drugs and didn't know any drug peddler. As per sources, Ananya told the NCB officials that she had nothing to do with the ongoing drugs case. Now, earlier, NCB revealed that Aryan and Ananya have been talking about, found to be talking about ganja. Now, as per NCB sources, Aryan Khan asked Ananya Pandey if ganja can be arranged, to which she replied she could arrange it. According to NCB sources, when Ananya Pandey was questioned in this regard, the actress said she was joking with Aryan Khan. Now, according to NCB sources, they also have several chats in which the two were talking about narcotic substances on different occasions. Now, according to NCB sources, the WhatsApp chats between both of them are incriminating. They have spoken about some narcotic substances and used code words as well. We cannot reveal the details of the chats as they are sensitive in nature and incriminating. If we reveal them, it will hamper our probe. We are not satisfied with her statement as of now, and she has been called again for further clarity, said Samir Wankade. Now, you must also hear the Bollywood version of what happened to this innocent girl, Ananya Pandey. Their version reads like this. So, the NCB is trying to make new headways in the ongoing drugs case. After Aryan Khan's judicial custody, the NCB is now questioning Ananya Pandey, who is Aryan's childhood friend. There were WhatsApp chats reportedly between the two star kids that the NCB accessed and also submitted to the court, and they wanted to question the Ananya and into for more clarity. Now, there are reports that the actress was also called to the NCB office for questioning for the second time on Friday. Now, reports suggested that she hugged her father, Chunky Pandey, and cried inconsolably before meeting the NCB officials. While she was being grilled, her father has stayed parked outside the NCB office. It is also suggested that Ananya Pandey has been very cooperative, calm, and composed during the questioning while clearing all the doubts that NCB had asked her regarding the chats. Now, the young actress was being questioned for more than 2 hours, and she was still in the NCB office with the session underway till the time of filing this report. So, according to reports, there have been chats accessed by the NCB and suggest that Ananya helped Aryan procure drugs. So there were words like jugad and weed, which made it important for the authorities to question Ananya. However, the actress has allegedly said that she never helped in the same and has never consumed drugs itself. She has also said that those chats were just a joke and that it was a friendly banter that meant nothing. So it's very funny how she is defending herself, when
Yeah.
she is clearly, taking the words of ganja,
You remember even Deepthi
openly.
also said,
Yeah,
Deepika said that it was cigarettes. Mal was actually cigarettes.
yeah,
So they
Mal
can
was
turn it in
cigarettes.
any
Yeah,
manner that they want. Actually, drugs metamorphosize into anything that they want.
exactly.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Ijaz Khan's wife Aisha Khan was summoned by the NCB today. As the crackdown on drugs has been intensified further, NCB summoned actor Ijaz Khan's wife Aisha Khan for interrogation. While Aisha Khan refrained from commenting on about the interrogation, she accused the NCB of doing injustice. So what's new is something that we would ask. Now, in another, story that's coming from Bollywood, did Ajay Devgan really refuse to reschedule and shoot for Shah Rukh Khan amid Aryan Khan's drug case? Okay, a Bollywood media report says that Shah Rukh Khan has been spending a harrowing time with his son Aryan Khan being locked inside the Arthur Road jail in the drugs-related case. He has been forced to cancel and reschedule a lot of his work commitments, including the shoot of Pathan, Tiger 3, and Lion. There were also reports that he cancelled his shoot with Ajay Devgan for a Pan Masala ad that both are part of. While Bollywood has united and is in support of Shah Rukh during this testing time, there were reports that Ajay Devgan was in no mood to cancel or reschedule the shoot or adjust to Shah Rukh Khan. It is reported that he even allegedly told the producers of the commercial that he can't reschedule for SRK's personal problem as it has nothing to do with him. This claim was made by none other than Kamal Khan, better known as KRK. In his tweet, he claimed, according to reports, Ajay Devgan did shoot his portion for Pan Masala advertisement on the shoot date while SRK cancelled the shoot. Ajay told producers that he has nothing to do with SRK's personal problem, so he can't give another date for the shoot. Fair enough. This is family. Check out his post below. However, this is far from what exactly happened. This is the Bollywood version. A highly placed industry insider privy to the detailers told the media that nothing of the sort. The source said that Ajay can never do such a thing. Ajay is very well aware and understands the sensitivity of the matter, and he is a doting father to his own two children. He truly understands another parent's pain at this time, said the source. Ajay willingly agreed to adjust schedule for Shah Rukh, who shares a great bond with his wife Kajol. In an earlier interview, Ajay had gone on record to say that he has high regards for SRK since he was the first person to land up at his home to help when Kajal suffered a miscarriage and Ajay was totally distraught. The source further revealed the reason behind KRK's claim. KRK has always harbored an issue with Ajay. It goes back to Shivair. We just took this opportunity to spread lies and get back at Ajay, revealed the source. So that's that then. No bad blood between Shahrukh and Ajay. And let us hope this testing time ends for King Khan. You see how sugar coated is Bollywood's report. You know what would have happened would have been what KRK said in perhaps 70% of it. And look at the way they have sugar coated the whole thing. Yeah, back to you, Jerry.
Yeah. So
With regards
meanwhile,
to T20.
sorry, yeah, regarding Amir Khan. Now, Amir Khan gets trolled for new firecrackers ad. So, a TVC featuring Amir Khan has come under the scanner of Karnataka BJP MP, who has claimed that the ad is creating unrest among Hindus. Now, Amir Khan's new ad has come under the scanner, and he was featured in a TVC for Seat tires, which talked about the Diwali festival. Now, the ad went thus: Amir Khan talks about the crackers and bursting them if their team won in the match. However, he asked them to burst crackers inside the building and not on the roads as they are meant for vehicles and not for crackers. Now, this TVC has been cancelled out by the Karnataka BJP MP Anand Kumar Hegde. He wrote a letter to the MD and CEO of Seat Tires asking them to take cognizance of the matter. He claimed that the ad is creating unrest among the Hindus. In this letter, he said, "Your company's recent advertisement, in which Amir Khan is advising people not to burst firecrackers on the streets, is giving a very good message. Your concern for public issues need applause. In this regard, I request you to address one more problem faced by people on roads, that is, blocking roads in the name of namaz on Fridays and other important festive days by Muslims." While talking about noise pollution, he also spoke about azan, which is read every day on the mic. He added that it causes great inconvenience to a lot of people. He added that a group of anti Hindu heroes always hurt Hindu sentiments, however, never highlight the wrongdoings of their community. Therefore, I kindly request you to take cognizance of this particular incident where your company's advertisement has created an unrest among the Hindus, he added. So, and meanwhile in Bihar, Congress declares it will contest all 40 seats solo in 2024. In a shocking move, Congress has ended its Mahagathbandhan with RJD in Bihar, announcing that it will contest on all 40 Lok Sabha seats in 2024 elections. Now, there has been a horrible fire in Mumbai, and a person died. Unfortunately, a man was seen hanging from the building and he just fell and he died. So, a level 3 fire broke out at Mumbai's high profile super luxury building as the firefighting unit reached the scene. And the incident was reported by the Mumbai Brigade. So far, no injuries have been detected. And the Avigna Towers consists of 60 floors, which is the name of the tower building. The fire broke out on the 19th floor of the residential building, and thick black smoke was seen emerging from the building. Several ambulances rushed to the spot, along with several fire brigades. The blaze is said to be not limited to a single floor but have spread to several floors. The blaze is under control. However, initial video showed that the fire was engulfing the 19th floor. The man who lost his life because of jumping was a security guard who was first hanging from the 19th floor in order to save himself but lost control. Mumbai mayor has blamed the building management, which a probe has been ordered into the incident. It is also suspected that the fire was caused due to short circuit. Now, Mumbai mayor took stock of the entire situation in which one person had died, and the fire has been brought under control, and the wounded were taken to Kem Hospital. Now, I just I don't know who to blame. Is it the building management, or is it, like
Yeah,
there should be
a lot
proper
has to be put on the building management, because they should
yeah.
have first checked how secure is the building when you've built about 60 floors. You remember a similar incident happened in Dubai. You
Yes.
remember near the downtown, where one of the buildings, firecrackers had gone off, and many of the floors had burned down. So safety is the first thing. So I'm sure it's boils down to the people who constructed it, and that would be the first, you know,
I think there should
brief.
be from the government of India. There should be an initiative in such high-rise building. There should be a yearly mandatory fire safety check.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I don't understand why India is so desperate to play cricket with an enemy country like Pakistan that sends terrorists and drugs as presents to us. The day Indian men and women decide to join in boycott of IPL and any match played with Pakistan, we are sending them a stronger message than any of the weapons that can destroy them. Anyway, now T20 is going on with a bang. T20 World Cup 21. Apparently, another woman who loves PR, which is Sania Mirza, she says she's going to stay away from social media during the India versus Pakistan clash in the T20 World Cup 2021, as though she's doing us a big favor. Indian tennis star Sania Mirza has decided to stay away from social media on the India versus Pakistan match day. The arch rivals will lock horns against each other in the opening game of their respective campaigns in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2021 on Sunday, October 24th. Sania Mirza posted a video on Instagram where she said that she would disappear from social media and toxicity on the day of the big clash. Sania has been married to Pakistan all-rounder Shoaib Malik, has been subjected to trolls and online hate because of the same whenever the two sides play against each other. She wrote in the clip, "Me disappearing from social media and toxicity on India versus Pakistan match day." Well, madam, let me tell you, Sania, that the match is going to be 100% a fixed one. Okay, so already I'm sure you know which country is going to win. Moving on to the other news, Terry.
Yeah.
About,
So
yeah,
I'm predicting India will win as usual.
yeah. This is something interesting that we would like to convey to our viewers regarding President Joe Biden. What
Yes.
is Joe Biden doing with his hands? Is what people are asking. The US president was caught in a bizarre pose during the CNN town hall, and he commits goof ups. In the 19 seconds that Anderson took to put out the question, Joe Biden placed his forearms with his fists clenched in air, such that gave him an impression that he was resting his hands on a podium. Ever since Joe Biden became the president of the US, there is a growing concern among an overwhelming section of the American population about his deteriorating mental state. Those concerns were rekindled on Thursday when the US president committed a series of inexplicable goof ups and was caught in a strange pose during his CNN town hall. Here, you would also remember we were talking about the Illuminati and the boss slave relationship. So, we wonder if there's something here. During the event organized by the CNN and hosted by Anderson Cooper, Biden spoke on a range of issues spanning from China's aggression, high inflation, abolishing the filibuster, and gas prices. He also shared details on the stalled negotiations to pass his multi trillion dollar social safety net bill. However, what caught the public attention was not his unremarkable comments on a host of issues, but his demeanor that suggested there was something wrong with the US president. The gaffe committed by the US president sparked concern among netizens about Biden's mental capacity to lead the world's most powerful nation. In the town hall that was organized in July, Biden had dismissed price rise as a short term phenomenon. Last week, economists told the Wall Street Journal that high inflation will likely remain to 2022, and Cooper asked whether the president agreed with the assessment or not. In the 19 seconds that Anderson took to put out the question, Biden placed his forearms with his fists clenched in air, such that they gave an impression that he was resting his hands on a podium. Several Twitter users pointed out that there was no podium there. Many others also mocked the president, saying it looked like he was holding an imaginary jetpack. Moving ahead, when Biden was asked about the possibility of tax rises for the wealthy, the US president said, "Don't pay a cent." And while he responded, asking corporations not to pay a dime, he made a circle with his index finger and thumb and held it up to his eye. You have 55 corporations, for example, in the US of A, making over 40 billion, don't pay a cent, not a single little red cent. The US president faced another embarrassing moment when Cooper had to interject to remind him of the name of America's second largest port. Biden was speaking of the supply chain woes ahead of the holiday season when he stammered in his speech, unable to call to mind the name of the Long Beach port. Cooper had to intervene to remind the US president that he was talking about the aforementioned port. 40% of all products coming into the USA on the West Coast go through Los Angeles. And then he says, after pausing, "What am I doing here?" says Biden. Cooper chimed in, "Is it Long Beach?" To which Biden replied, "Long Beach, thank you." So there's something definitely wrong here. Another faux pas by the US president took place when he pointed to a man in the audience and alleged that he was the mayor of Baltimore. As it turned out, the man whom Biden was pointing out was not the mayor of Baltimore. He was Congressman Kwesi Mufum, whose district includes Morgan State and was never mayor of Baltimore. This is not the first time that Joe Biden has been a part of torrid public appearances. Since his election to the post of US president, there has been umpteen incidents that have led people into questioning if the president is suffering from dementia and losing his mental activity. In our case, we also think that is he controlled by others. In fact, even during the run-up to the US presidential elections, political observers and commentators had raised concerns about Joe Biden's cognitive decline and ominous signs of senility creeping in, which they claimed would seriously cloud his ability to function as the president of the most powerful country in the world.
Yeah,
So that's all the news for now. Yeah.
I would like to add one more notice. We have to congratulate Prime Minister Modi ji on the 1 billion COVID vaccination mark. That's an
Yes.
incredible achievement
Achievement.
by a prime minister who has literally won a war against a pandemic.
Yeah.
Like COVID was a huge pandemic. It affected lives. People lost jobs because of
Yes.
that. They suffered huge losses in their businesses, like
Yeah.
whatever businesses they had.
Yeah.
And this is a great step which Prime Minister Modi ji, he has literally won the war so far against COVID.
Yeah. And he's also
Which show,
silenced
yeah,
all the critics.
exactly. So
That's
hats
right.
off to Prime Minister Modi ji.
Yes. Friends, the lines are open, and in case you'd like to join, please join us to express your own viewpoints. So let's just take a few comments, Jaideep. So,
Yes.
yeah. Shilpa says, Biden has dementia for sure. He turns and starts to going somewhere and asks, "Where am I going?" Here, Shilpa, I'd like to say, you remember we were talking about Illuminati and the relationship between the boss and the slave, the person who controls. So there is something here as well, very much possible in Biden's case. Something like what happened to Hillary Clinton, where she was being controlled by someone. So I'm sure this is not dementia, but this is purely being controlled by people who want to run the USA according to the manner they choose. Maya says, Nawab Malik's jibe at Wankade's Maldives trip has come to bite him back, with people asking him to explain AU's hoodie photo in Cambodia first. Good one, because you know what Cambodia is quite famous for. Biden, Hillary, Zuckerberg are quite robotic, very suspicious. Yes, really. Jaideep, could you read out?
Yeah, just for money and fame, they do whatever they want. Do they think they're above the law? I'm getting frustrated just at looking at Nawab Malik. His eyes look
Yeah,
druggy.
so dazed. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Well said.
I mean, like he looks like the mouthpiece of Bollywood, literally now, rather than his own party.
They're trying to cover up their own scams.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nitin says, I put tagline on the Twitter, I support Samir Wankade, sir. Everybody put the same as we put when Papu says, Chaukida chor hai. Yeah, good one. Jasna says there is a retirement age in all professions, but why not for politicians? Biden is very old. Yes.
I mean,
Aranya.
there should be a, speaking of retirement, there should be a retirement age for Bollywood heroes also, like
Yeah.
Salman Khan and Akshay Kumar.
Shahrukh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arinya says, Maya, that's a good question, nailing Nawab and Thakre's. Yes. This is the link in case you'd like to join. Maya, Biden has something wrong up there and nothing strange. Observing his behavior even during elections. Yes. Laila, Shilpa, no, not filmmaking, but drugology is his main. Yes. Yesterday in California, adrenochrome lab was raided. Yes. And they found a lot of blood also that was stored. So that's a very big, news. But nobody will, will report it. If it was
I
in the
mean,
time of,
I've never seen any mainstream news channel in India or elsewhere in the world reporting about adrenochrome.
yeah. In fact, they've also written
Mm.
that if it was in Hillary's time, they would have hidden it very
Mm.
fast, and this news would not have come out at all. So you know who are the people involved
Yes.
in all this. Karthik. Nawab Malik is brutally cornered and he's getting desperate and blabbering in front of media. He will lose his mind soon. Don't worry. Yes. He's moving towards that direction, looks like. Joe Biden is losing all the way. Yes. Thanks, Nisha, for joining. Biden is a clone. Look at his before and after. So, adrenochrome lab was raided.
Yeah, we are
Yes.
taking this. Yes.
SRK को एनसीबी ऑफिसर का रोल करना चाहिए. They all do the roles of these brave people, and when it comes to actual reality,
Yes.
they want to hurt them.
So you have Akshay Kumar's Suryavanshi, which is releasing, and he's acting as a police officer, right? So he
Yes,
could have come in defense of Samir Wankade, who's an honest
yes,
officer.
yes. Yeah, Renu, you're right when you say
Yes.
Kamala Harris will step in. Exactly, that's the motive. Chitra, not a word from Rahul and Sonia about India's vaccination. They must be jealous as death. Nitin, Aryan is a very obsidian son. Don't blame him. He does whatever his father's wish. Father wish on Simi Garewal's show. Yes. Yamini. Modi ji always silent, planned, and a good result oriented. Yes. Laila, did anyone see the security guard at Manat stopping the NCB at the entrance? Not stopping. No, they were already inside when they started showing the footage. Hail Modi, a true Chanakya. Yes. Sunanda, now that Narendra Modi proves that he can do for his nation, Papu is quiet here. I'm sure the opposition is involved in Covaxin not getting recognized by WHO. It's politics, yes. They tried their level best to, sort of find fault in everything that he did. Welcome, Neetu. Chitra, his son in law was arrested for drugs and he came out of jail only on September 27. Why can't Modi ji intervene this Samir Wankere and give security? Yes. Perhaps they're working towards that. Maya Jagannath, 1 billion doses and opposition is nitpicking with Sitaram Yechuri and TMC, asking why they could not have done much faster. Savitri, right. Laila, the security guards, domestic help, nannies, etc. should be questioned. Yes. Karthik, sometimes I feel whether the person who is brought in front of media in US is really, yes, I even feel, because we were, earlier discussing whether he's a reptile, you know, an alien. If you look at that, there are lots of aliens in USA. Just like in the film The Way of 1993, where a doppelganger is brought in place of the sick person. Jaidev, true, so bored of watching these old heroes for my child. Just now, my God, adrenochrome is real. Yamini, Jaidev, retirement age should not only be for Bollywood, even in the
Absolutely.
South. Yes, absolutely. Possible. Karthik. Kamal says, Meenaji, our president is suffering from dementia. Also, he has people controlling him. His name is Sleepy Joe. He needs to retire.
That was the
Renu, is it
term
true?
which Trump gave to Biden.
Yeah,
Sleepy Joe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Renu, is it true that the new virus outbreak in China? That's what we heard here. We don't know if it is true. Mink, there may be genuine health concerns with Biden that we should make fun of. Whatever his political inclination, he's brought a lot in his personal life, lost his wife and child in a crash. Well, the kind of reports we get about Biden is absolutely negative, and also that he has something for small kids as well. Also, so I'm not sure about that, Mink.
Yeah, on that note, Mink, if he genuinely has a health problem, fair enough. Like, why did he contest the U.S. presidential election? Because a U.S. president should be fit in mind and body.
Yeah,
Otherwise, how will he handle the problems of America and rest of the world?
yes,
It's a huge post.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Savitri, if I'm not wrong, Vibhor was the first one talking about adrenochrome. Felt sick reading about it. Yes. In fact, those some of his sessions were rather interesting. Kamal, Akshay is a big gunda. Mickey, good point, Jaydev. Lol, they need to go. Yes. Sanju, Modi, as you people say, I like the way he faces by keeping silent on the critics. Yes, Srinivas, Vibhor was the first one to tell about adrenochrome. Yes. Vibhor's script is completely different now. Yeah, it's changed. Why Arnab is not coming in Republic TV show?
I
He
think I
is.
saw he came yesterday,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, he was there. He's coming every day. Ashok. Akshay Kumar with you, Shuryavanshi. It has to be
Akshay
boycotted.
Kumar, I don't know, something to do with his film. Yeah, I didn't get the comment.
Yeah. Minan, किसी को डर है कि भगवान देख रहा है हमें भरोसा है कि भगवान देख रहा है. Yes.
Absolutely.
Dhruv, Akshay can go with his family to watch his film. It will be family time. Yeah, it will be funny bones time. Akshay, Akash, ma'am, why gonna? No, he's coming
He's
almost
coming in
every
the
day.
English channel, but I don't think he's coming in the Hindi channel. That's what they meant.
Yeah. Anindita, but Akshay Kumar is not the real police officer. He's just an actor. That's why he's not supporting the real hero, Samir Wankade. Well said. We should be proud of India for this
I think
momentous feat. 1
we have
billion
one.
vaccinations is unbeatable. Most first birds have not been able to
Yeah,
get even half their population vaccinated.
we have Sue with us. Welcome,
Yeah.
Sue.
Welcome, Sue.
Good
Uh,
evening, Meena ma'am. Good evening,
Good
Jaidev.
evening.
How are
Hi,
you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. I just thought I'd just join.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we were talking of various topics today,
Yes. Yes.
and the one which is right now in as of yesterday and today was the unnecessary tarnishing of Samir
Yeah.
Wankede's image.
Hounding. Yes.
Yes. So I don't think it is proper of a minister to come out like that and
Yes.
telling things in something which is sort of under investigation.
Yeah.
So this makes you wonder whether what are his priorities
Yeah.
and who is he batting for,
Mm.
because he being in the government should actually be all for it, for
Yeah.
cleaning up and getting drugs out of this country,
Yeah.
if not his whole state.
Yeah.
So that keeps you wondering, like, why are they saying that? And it's obvious, an honest officer, he's doing his job honestly, and this is what we have rarely seen. So
Yeah.
so
See, Sue, because
yeah,
daily scams are being exposed. Daily. Kirit Somaya is doing that on a daily basis. And these people cannot show their faces. All the people who they depended on have already, ran away. You look at Param Bir Singh and you look at the Deshmukh. Where is he? Where are all these people?
Wazir.
Yeah. So to cover up all this, they are now focusing on the Aryan Khan case and hounding Samir Wankade. But if you look at the fact, these are all related. Everything, this Vasuli, everything is related to drugs. and all this is interconnected. So this government, this tri-party government, is a part of the whole nexus. So they have no shame.
Absolutely, ma'am. I mean, in the past, I think we had sort of lost hope because whenever anything wrong was happening, we saw, I think, injustice happening. Instead of justice going the way, we saw injustice, going that path. So now that we are seeing something actually bold and strong happening, it sort of reinstated everyone's hope in justice and the judiciary. And we know that it doesn't matter if you're rich or you're well connected. All that matters is the rule of law. And if you have broken the law, you have to pay its consequences.
Yes. And also the fact that, whenever they catch any actress or their daughter or their son, the first thing they will say is that, they were only talking about ordinary cigarettes, So, and in WhatsApp, you see the way Suzanne's sister says, this is the normal sort of WhatsApp chat. Do they think
I think
we
they
are
should, ma'am, they should give some credit. These are UPSC officers. They have passed very important exams, which I don't think any of them could sit for. And they have gone through a lot of things in their life. They are not ordinary people if they think that they are. So with their experience, their work, I'm sure they know what is FOMO and all these silly terms that she was trying to explain to these well-educated people.
Rex has a very hard-hitting comment for Biden, so you can read it, friends. Very
So Ananya is facing that struggle, what she was saying. Now we know what the struggle is.
Yeah, she struggled a lot in her life, she says. I wonder what is that struggle? We'll have to redefine struggle.
But what was so amusing was that today also she wore this crumpled kurta, I think, which has not been washed for weeks, and
that's the go-to outfit.
All the oils of Kerala have been applied on her hair, to make her look.
The docile, innocent. I don't know what drugs is, kind of a person. Even we don't know what drugs is. We are getting to know it through all this news.
But there's something very wrong with their, the way they see things. Because why do they think that if they dress in these ordinary Indian dresses, when they go to NCB, NCB is going to cry and say that, please, children, you're all safe, please go home. Do they actually think that?
Ma'am, actually, they have grown up around frivolity. They have grown about, with people who are not genuine. If they were, around people who called a spade, this would not have happened to them. Each one tries to butter them up or to, they are not true actually even to one another within the industry itself. They are just waiting to backstab. So what do you expect such people to give what kind of understanding to their kids? And what you grow up, it's nature versus nurture.
You see the serial where the Bollywood wives, the way they are pampering their children. Janhvi Kapoor and Ananya.
I've not seen that, ma'am, but I've heard like such series are there, and I've not seen
because I wanted to review it and make sure that people laugh at it.
Okay.
Samir sir must be very close to the head of mafia. That's why such attacks on him. He must be almost there. Akash says some Bollywood stars like Twinkle, Sunil Shetty, Raveena Tandon, Pooja Bhatt come in support of Aamir Khan and call him a bacha.
Ma'am, I just want a clarification. Is Aryan 23 or 26?
No, he's 26. No, he's 26 because there was, they had to sign something. The NCB had to get him to sign something with the court. And in that, it was specifically said that he's 26 years old. And they have signed under that. So he's not 23. Okay. They're just trying to show that. See, they can lie about anything. They have no qualms. It's very, they have absolutely such thick skin, that even a rhino will run away from that.
Ma'am, even I think on Google search, if you do, it is not showing the right age then. I mean...
You remember how Sushant's height was changed? in Wikipedia?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
His
So
height was
just like
made
that, they'll do
5'10".
everything. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever suits them, they will do.
Yeah,
Ria
even the
kept
cause of death is
typing,
suicide, right? In Wikipedia,
Yes.
in Sushant.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, usually
Yeah.
people go to Wikipedia first, in the past
Mm.
at least. If you need to do some projects and everything, whatever the first thing that
Yes.
appears is Wikipedia. And then you go
Yes.
into it and see the history and everything.
Yeah.
So you didn't, at least I did not know that they could tamper it to such an extent.
See, Wikipedia is something that everybody adds bits and
Yeah.
pieces to.
So
It's
it
not
is
a,
not
yeah, it's
authentic.
not a very, yeah. Yeah. Jasna says, at least Bollywood Singham should have supported our real Singham. No, he is also equally corrupt. Jaymala, Bollywood is getting cleaned up thanks to Sushant, proud of Sameer. Yes, it's as though Sushant is looking from above and cheering Sameer and all of the people who are supporting him in this movement. Power of Love, there are lots of YouTubers talking about this. Only viewers did not watch. The viewers opened eyes after the death of SSR, but it was there in the domain before. Power of Love. So you're talking about adrenochrome, I'm sure. We pray for the bravery and victory for Samir Wankade. Rex says, what kind of Olympic achievements is vaccinating entire population of a semi-impoverished, half-literate state by some DNA corrupting, utterly untested injection jab coercively put? Okay, you're not for that, Rex. Chitra, this is a fame of chess Modi is playing with Pawar and Sena and Bollywood. Their game is over. Wankade is their bishop. so it's a whole game of chess. Maya, Wazia has been asked to appear before Chandiwari Commission, and to top it, Anil Deshmukh's lawyer has asked for PBS to be called out for corruption charges. Chitra, thank God Wankade is a central government staff. Look at the way they threatened him, saying that, see, after after you retire, we'll make sure you will go where we want you to go. What sort of a minister is this?
Yeah, I mean, they
Absolutely,
talked of jail and getting him out of a job within a year.
yeah,
So
absolute
that
dregs of
was
society.
that is the way they I mean, they usually threaten.
Yeah.
So people stop
And the
doing
funny
honest.
thing, yeah, and the funny thing is, Uddhav Thackeray says anybody who attacks his family, they will be all stoned to death. Okay. Now, anybody can talk about Samir Wankade and his family. That's okay for Uddhav Thackeray. So everyone else's family is not important. Only Uddhav Thackeray, his wife, and his two children are important in Maharashtra. Is that what he's saying, the chief minister?
I guess each one thinks like that for themselves in that group.
Yeah.
It's not
Nawab
just
Malik about his Nawab Malik
yes,
about his son-in-law.
everyone is worried about them and their families. So,
Yeah.
two hoots to the public.
Yeah. Vilakshan is saying, I wonder why this white attire comes into picture every time when they're summoned for their bad deeds. They are such a drama in real life. Yes, Ria also wore white when she said Satyame, Jayate. You know, I pray for Sameer to become more stronger. Really, yes. Chitra struggles not getting drugs easily. So here, okay, let me make an important point. When they raided these adrenochrome labs, a sentence was written in that saying that, see,
No.
many Hollywood
Chitra is not
stars,
talking.
yeah,
Chitra is not talking about adrenochrome. Chitra is talking about Ananya Pandey.
no, I just wanted to mention,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, fine.
yeah, I just wanted to mention about adrenochrome.
Yeah.
The writer has said that many top Hollywood stars were very upset because they were not getting the regular doses of adrenochrome, which makes them look
Oh.
young, fit, and passionate.
Mhm.
So that was also a very important sentence in the article on the raid on adrenochrome. I'm sure Karthik would also know that. Laila, just like Ria, remember? Yes. How Ria was dressed. Yes.
There's a world of difference between when Ria says Satyam Eva Jayate and Samir Wankade says Satyam Eva Jayate.
Absolutely.
Yes. Sushant
You
says,
just imagine Ria on one side saying Satyam Eva Jayate, and you imagine Samir Wankade on the
yeah,
other side. And you'll realize they're poles apart.
yes. As Sushant says, I remember she was made fun of when Ananya said that she's very good at touching her nose with her tongue. Like she said that. That's her talent. So, but what I find strange, and now something perhaps you could also comment on that, so, is that See, Amitabh Bachchan and Shah Rukh Khan, all these people are very intelligent people. Why would they want their children to take drugs? If even if they found out, the first thing that they should have done was to, sort of chastise them and put them in rehab centers. Now you look at Shah Rukh's children, Amitabh's grandchildren. I mean, what is happening? Don't they want their children to be healthy and strong and face difficulties in life? No, they want them to become drug addicts. Yeah, Sue, your take?
Yeah, I feel that if what they see around them, if they're not seeing good role models, then how can
Yeah,
the role models tell them what to do?
Yes.
They will turn back and say, who are you? We have to live by example. We cannot just give a
yeah,
lecture and then say, you don't do this, I will keep doing this.
yeah,
So that is why they do what they do.
yeah. So it's a part of the rules that govern Bollywood.
Yes, ma'am, totally.
Yeah, yeah. Humanity. Whenever these Bollywood druggies go to NCB office, they dress so ordinary and try to look humble and innocent. They just play for sympathy, yeah, public sympathy. They all have a dress code, yes. Power of love. Ek Pichari dress sense Ananya just kept for meeting with NCB and court. All is a PR stunt. Apurva. Samir's wife really doesn't need to work in films. She and her husband are playing real life heroes. A live example of high degree of morality. Absolutely. Yamini,
And
the heart
patriotism, ma'am. Sorry,
patriotism.
but
Yes.
and
Yeah.
patriotism, because he said it in many places that his dad is patriotic, his
Yeah.
sister, himself, and I'm sure his mother, his late
Yeah.
mother, also
See,
instilled all
his
these
father
values
also
in.
said, in an interview, his father also said that, they lived in normal, a sort of a small housing. And these children, were just part of the, normal setup. And from the beginning, Samir wanted to be a police officer or an army officer. So you look at the way the values that were inculcated in these children. So that's how he became like this. Yeah. Sonal says Ananda's struggle is famously
Ananya,
her father.
Ananya.
Ananya's, yeah, struggle is
Yeah.
famously her father not being cast in nonsensical Kejo films or being called for a coffee with Karan Zahir. The intellectual level of these kids is hard to believe. Another Alia Bhatt, yes.
Yeah, I would like to add to Sonal's comment is now that Karan Johar is famous for launching Star Kids, right? Now that the NCB is launching Star Kids, what will Karan Johar do?
They have taken away their position. He will be, it's very sad in one corner because this is not done.
Sunanda says Ananya must have got some tutorials from Sara Ali Khan. He uses his dad's power, money, and influence and asks a girl from lower rank like Ananya to procure him drug, and he's a bacha. Yeah, exactly. Maya, first day questioning, Ananya could be asked only 6 questions since in the 1.5 hours she spent most of her time trying for every question answered. Asked. No wonder they have to summon her again and again. Maya, brilliant one at that.
Coffee with
Yes,
NCB. Yeah.
yeah. Yamini says Aryan is a 26-year-old bacha. Laila, Yamini, even I saw airport made the dress was so cheap. Surekha, now heroine has entered the story. A Bollywood masala movie script might be ready. Yeah. So it's not heroine, it's it's drug we're talking about. Modi has already stated that he just won't be able to do anything against Sharad Pawar because he owes his existence in politics today to Sharad Pawar, who had backed him when he was alone and vilified. Now, here, Rex, this is something you are pulling out of your cupboard, I think, because there's no way Modi has ever said this. So kindly do not misquote the Prime Minister. So he's 26. Yes, Dhruv, he is 26. Humanity. Samir Wankare and his team are doing their job and doing it with so much passion and respect for the law. It's so rare to have this kind of investigation after all the corruption. Anupama, मुंबई में प्राइवेट ऑफिसेज में भी गर्ल्स को टॉर्चर किया जाता है. Yes. Sunanda, Wikipedia was running into losses. They were asking for donations last year, so they must be changing the data as they must be getting huge money.
That is so true. I thought I should donate, but then I stopped.
Then there'll be more
They're
fictitious
asking only one
charities.
rupee. I mean, how should we not help them? Like they said, oh, like hold your horses. There must be
Yeah,
something to
yeah,
this.
something fishy. Yeah, that guy is very fishy. The owner, Laila Menon, Sushant. If she had touched her ears with her tongue, that would have been some talent. Yes. Now the real struggle of Ananya will be seen. Actually, because of this summons, people came to know who Ananya is. Till now, nobody knew who Ananya was. That's a fact. She's actually been launched by NCB. You know, through this arrest.
And no one knew Aryan Khan also.
Yeah. Welcome, Gurvinder. Court document floating around says RN is 26. Yes, this is what I wanted to tell you also, Sue. It's all around. So proof is there. Yeah, Rex Bailey, are you a part of the anti-vax group? Yeah, so I think very strongly about that, Karthik. Shilpa, congratulations to every Indian for reaching 100 crore vaccination mark. We're all very proud of this, and we're very proud of the Prime Minister for achieving this impossible task.
Yes, it's an amazing feat. Actually, I'm
Yes.
very.
So
I mean,
anybody
they're
who
trying to
criticizes it,
undermine.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
trying to
are just
undermine it. But
envious. Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
they are undermining it, and whenever they try to criticize India, they don't
Yeah.
look at the so-called developed countries of the world, where
Yes.
equally, if not more, mishaps happen, and
Yeah.
they are still trying to, make ease the burden and the situation there. But we have done something, and they just don't want to give credit to us.
Yeah.
So that's wrong. When
And
something
not
good
only
is
that,
done,
Sue. Yeah.
yes.
Not only that, Sue. See, today people are going to restaurants and eating without fear. Why is that? It's because we've all been, vaccinated, and the
Vaccinated.
fear has gone off now. So it's a lot, everything thanks to him. So it's a very big
Yes, ma'am. But
achievement.
they still tell us to, I think, mask up and keep the
Yeah,
distance,
we
I
wear the
think, even
mask, but when you're eating, you
vaccination.
have to take off your
Yeah,
mask.
yeah. Eating you have to remove, of course. But no, what happens is some people think that vaccination, so like let's go out and,
Yeah, yeah.
not
No, no, not
continue
normally.
masking.
Whenever you're traveling, yes, you have to. Yeah.
Yeah, because what I
Vinny
heard
says,
on TV today, a doctor was saying, I think almost for another 6 months to a year, you'll have to do this
yes,
till
it's important, very
something.
important. Yeah. Vinny, if you watch them
I
every
mean,
day,
like, sorry.
yeah,
I would like to add is like I'm still waiting for that day that COVID will disappear like smallpox, and we can take off the mask when we go out. There won't be any
but
need
you
of
remember,
mask.
Jaydev, see,
Yeah.
when we were in Hong Kong, even
Mm.
this was before COVID,
Right.
they used to wear masks just for pollution's sake, you know, and that this was way before COVID came. So a mask is a good protection against a lot of
It-
things.
no, I agree. It's a good protection, but I mean, do you like feeling the good weather outside, like the wind against your face, and it's like
Yeah,
for
it's
me
good
personally,
protection, but
yeah, yeah,
sorry, it's good
Doesn't
protection,
give the
but
same
not
feel.
natural. Like we are not
Yeah,
born with a mask. So yes, we are used
exactly.
to without a mask.
yeah. Vinny says if you watch them every day, their dress code is different, and when they enter agency's office, they are clad in white dress, very pious and pure. Yamini, ma'am, can we see do something like a silent protest sent to PMO in sending of support to provide Z security for Asami sir and warn this druggy gutter cabal dare to touch our hero? Yes, we can look at that, Yamini. But first, let's see if he's getting it. If he's getting a Z security, then this won't be required. That's what I feel. So it's going into that direction, Yamini. Akash, ma'am, two more star kids named has come, and NCB has evidence. Who are they, Akash? Do you have any clue? As any links? Laila, Vinny, Om Shanti, yes. Pooja, waiting for one more dear friend. Navaya Naveli, granddaughter of Big B. We are against drugs. Karthik, a chief minister is making such a statement. Shame on him. Absolutely. Aryan, 97 born.
97 bomb.
Yeah. Sonal, I think we've already read this, right? The cleanup of
Yeah.
Bollywood is fait accompli, accomplished fate. After the heinous murders of Sushant Disha and others, justice for Sushant Disha and the other, Har Har Mahadev. Yes. Samir Wankari is a real hero. We must support him. Sudha, 97. Samir Wankari is a real hero. We must support him. Nirmal, I Meena ji, I pity this boy. The upbringing is very wrong. The mum, Gauri Khan, can be a successful interior designer. But she absolutely failed as a mum. She would be in jail and taste the filthy food. Now, here, Nirmal, I'd like to disappoint you here as well. See, because when we were running a magazine in Dubai, we had to do an article on Gauri Khan, and her interiors. You know, so when I think Jaydev, you were at the interview, and see, whenever Jaydev asked the questions, she did not have any answers for it. So she was only bothered about being with the photographer and looking at the photographs
Yeah.
taken by the photographer and how good she looked in those photographs. That itself showed what was her interest in interior designers. These are all completely designed by other people, and they take the name and fame from these
Yeah.
people. That's all. So it's simple as that. Hollow people with hollow values and hollow ideas. So something.
Ma'am,
This is a balloon I wanted to bust. Yes, yes, Sue. Yeah.
sorry, ma'am. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt, but I
No,
think even the
not at all.
movies, if we go to see in Bollywood and elsewhere, the original artists, we don't really know who they are because
Yeah.
the name is given by the so-called known people or the famous people. For all
Yes.
you know, the movie you just enjoyed was actually
Yeah.
scripted by an unknown person and did not get
Yes.
credit because this other person is, in the cabal or in that whole group
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yes.
So that is also a point to be noted.
Yeah.
All script writers,
Example:
musicians,
Aamir Khan. Aamir Khan's movie.
yeah, they keep saying he's into perfection and
Yeah.
ghost directing and all. I do not know
Yeah.
how true that
Yeah.
is.
It was taken from Chetan Bhagat. His
Yes,
movie.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Three Idiots, is it?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. All the time, these actors are doing nautanki. Drug consumption is promoting narco terrorism. Boycott completely. No excuse. Yeah.
Yeah, it has
Jaya
become
Auntie was an
a
apology.
it has become a matter of national security. This whole drug issue with Bollywood.
Yeah. Superstars of Bollywood are fake. Shimba, Dabang, Suryavanshi, Apto, it's just drama. It's full of bullshit. See, here, I'd like to make a comment here that, why are they selecting patriotic characters and, patriotic names or biopics? I don't understand. Have they run out of ideas? Or do they think that the public will be wooed by them and thus watch their film? Are they so stupid that they can't understand the public sentiment?
No, ma'am, they think we are stupid. That is why they are making the films thinking that we are as like
Yeah,
we are
like
not
we can
thinking
be swayed.
individuals
Yeah,
or as a community or as a nation.
yeah,
So we'll just go where they are leading us.
yeah. Yeah,
So that is why.
here I think, Sue, that they give this idea to the PR and say, please run a survey, on the public. And they, because they're paid anyway hefty amounts, they'll say, see, the wave is towards this. Now, if you show them something on Lal Bahadur Shastri and Amitabh Bachchan is the hero, they'll watch it, and these fools will believe it. And they'll pay heavy amounts.
Yeah, they'll say, "Oh no, they're showing a national figure. We must
Yeah.
watch it." But then they
Only
should
thing is
realize who's
he's
making
too,
it.
and only thing
Lal
is he's
Bahadur has
too
not come
tall
back.
for Lal Bahadur Shastri. So this is what is happening. These people are underestimating the public. Shah Rukh was openly smoking during Simi Garewal's interview. What to expect from his wife? Meenaji, these Bollywood celebrities are so corrupted. Anita and Shah Rukh have had affairs with almost all actresses. What can they teach their children or grandchildren? I think Amitabh, you would have said. Yeah. So right, Chitra, perfect.
Yeah, I think we'll just take few comments before we.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ananda has acted in only 3 movies till now, Ananya, and all are 3 big flops. At the age of 22 years now, she's accumulated wealth of 72 crores. Amazing. Yeah, so I think we can wind up with this. Thank you so much, Sue, for joining us.
Thank you, Sue.
And
Thank you, ma'am.
giving us
Thank
your
you,
valuable
Jaydev.
comments. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
we will see you in another session. Good night.
Good night, ma'am. Thank you.
Good night.